A public inquiry into how thousands of haemophiliacs were infected with hepatitis C and HIV in the 1970s and 80s is hearing evidence from clinicians. Some patients were treated at the Queen Elizabeth Hospital in Birmingham and the Children's Hospital. Well, our reporter Joanne Rittall has been following the proceedings. I mean, there's some truly horrific stories coming out of this, aren't there? What exactly is it all about? Just explain that to us.
It's part of a UK-wide inquiry, and haemophiliacs were infected with hepatitis C and HIV after being given a protein called factor VIII to help clot their blood. But the plasma was infected after it was imported from America. In some cases, prisoners had been paid to donate their blood, and that was infected. Now, Andrew Evans, he was just 5 when he contracted HIV. He was 16 and growing up in Birmingham by the time he had full-blown AIDS. And he chairs the campaign group Tainted Blood, which has pushed for this inquiry.
And my parents was told several times that, you know, they ought to say their goodbyes to me, that I wasn't going to outlive this. But luckily I managed to, and the combination therapies came out, and I've really tried to rebuild my life since then, although it's been tricky, because when you lose 4 of your most formative years, you become something of a social outcast.
My goodness. Who else have you spoken to?
I've spoken to Sue Threakall from Birmingham. She's seen here with her late husband, Bob, 5 months before he died, aged just 47, sadly. He too was a haemophiliac, and he also contracted both hepatitis C and HIV.
We had a son who was 7 at the time. He got his 2 older boys who lived with us. He didn't want to leave me. He didn't want to leave his children, his elderly mum, his sister. You know, he enjoyed life until this happened, and he would have wanted that to continue. And I firmly believe that without using that commercial product, he'd probably still be here today.
And because this is a long-running inquiry, the victims, I think, gave their evidence last year. So who have we been hearing from today exactly?
We heard from Professor Ian Franklin, who was a co-director at the Birmingham Haemophilia Centre. He spoke of a lack of forthright advice from the UK Haemophilia Centre Directors Organisation.
No. So I do feel a bit sad on behalf of the patients of the Queen Elizabeth Hospital that we didn't get enough advice. You know, there was more to be had, I think, and you know, I think it would have been. It was never going to be easy, but it would have been better.
Well, the inquiry is continuing.
Joanne, thank you.